Hello, my name is Mrs. Fink, and I am a teacher at Keystone. In this video today, we are going to learn about Fibonacci, the Fibonacci sequence, and Fibonacci day. First, we'll talk about Leonardo Fibonacci, who was an Italian mathematician. He was born around 1170 AD, and he was considered the most gifted mathematician of the Middle Ages. And he's most well known for the Fibonacci sequence, which we'll be talking about today. So this pattern of numbers that we see here, there's a rule to find the next number. I'm wondering if you can figure out what that rule is or what the next numbers would be in this pattern. We can see here that the rule is that you add the two numbers before the number together to get the next number. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 3 plus 5 equals 8, and so on. So with that information in mind, I'm wondering if you can figure out what the next three numbers in this sequence or pattern would be. I'll give you a few seconds to try and at least come up with the next number, and then we'll talk about what those three numbers will be. So here we can see the next three numbers in the sequence would be 89, 144, and 233. We get 89 when we add 34 plus 55. We get 144 when we add 55 plus 89. And we get 233 when we add 89 plus 144. We can see the Fibonacci numbers that we've been talking about in nature in many different ways. I've provided some examples of some flowers that have petals that follow the Fibonacci sequence. Here we have one petal on this flower, two petals, three petals, 5 petals, 8 petals, 13 petals, 21 petals, and 34 petals, and so on. Maybe some flowers even have 55 petals or more that follow the Fibonacci sequence. Here's some more examples. We have the pine cone on the left and the succulent plant on the right that both feature the Fibonacci sequence as a pattern. The cone scales on a pine cone feature the Fibonacci numbers, and the leaves on the succulent do as well. So be on the lookout the next time you're out and you take a hike, or you're just out wandering around, maybe in a park or in your yard. Take a look at a pine cone if you can find one, or a succulent maybe that is in your yard, or any kind of flower, and see if you can see a Fibonacci sequence number in that pattern. You could even find some examples in the grocery store. If you cut a fruit open, you might see a pattern that involves Fibonacci numbers in the way the seeds are organized, or just the cross section of the fruit. There may be 5 sections of fruit, or for example, a banana has 3 sections, which is a Fibonacci number. So just some interesting facts to keep in mind. If we go further into the Fibonacci sequence, you'll notice a spiral. So if we build a box that's 1 unit by 1 unit, and then another one that's 1 unit by 1 unit. Those are both Fibonacci numbers. And then we go ahead and do 2 units by 2 units. 2 is a Fibonacci number. 3 by 3, 5 by 5, 8 by 8, and so on. And if we connect the opposite corners with a line, you can see that it makes a spiral shape. And this spiral shape is found in many ways in, in nature. The most common or most famous is the sunflower. The center of a sunflower has all these spirals, rows of spirals, and if you counted up all those rows of spirals, you would probably come up with a Fibonacci number such as 34 rows of spirals or 55 rows of spirals. So keep that in mind too as you're out and about, maybe in the spring or when the sunflowers are in season. You can take a look at that as well. So now we come to Fibonacci Day, which is November 23rd, or you could also write it as 11/23. So I'm wondering if you can figure out why this date was chosen. Can you see a connection between these numbers and this date and the numbers in the Fibonacci sequence? If you look at the numbers, you'll notice that we have 1, 1, 2, 3, which is how the Fibonacci sequence typically starts out. 1, 1, 2, 3. So that is why the date of 11/23 was chosen as Fibonacci Day. So you could share that fact with a friend or a family member on Fibonacci Day. These are just some resources that you can use to research the Fibonacci sequence and the spiral and other information associated with the Fibonacci sequence further. There's 2 links, and there's also a YouTube video to check out. So please be sure to check that out. And thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day and a great Fibonacci day.